We don't want that. We still want to smell good. Oh, I don't want to apply anything that feel like it's dry as the desert. Okay, cool. Cool, I'm not mad at you. I'm just really hoping y'all don't want that. If you were to think about if your body were to never sweat, that'd be a serious problem because hot breath and hot weather don't go together. Bars. Summer is not only the sunshine, but also stopping the sweat and the funk. Today I'm going to share with you all the top tips to smell good all summer for 2022. Most of these will be sweat-proof hacks, but it works. So the first thing you want to do is use a body cream that is on the drier side as far as application and formula concerned. The reason why you want to do this is because whenever you are dealing with sweat and smelling good, if you've ever heard the saying, in case you haven't, that's fine, that don't put on lotion in the summer or don't put on too much because you will tend to sweat it out, which leaves your funk and maybe a tinge, a little residue of the scent. We don't want that. We still want to smell good. I always wondered until I really got into the sweat-proof hacks and sharing this with you all as to why they made body creams and body lotions on the drier side. They apply drier. They say they're moisturizing, but it applies so dry to the skin. This is the purpose. I really feel like this is the purpose why drier type of body creams exist. Bodycology is a great brand, including OGX coconut coffee cream. I almost said coconut cream. That would have been incorrect. When you use a body cream that's on the drier side of the spectrum during application and formula, you will still get the scent on your skin, even if it doesn't feel like it. When you go to sweating, there's less of a chance of you sweating out the scent as well, and you still get the moisturization on your skin, which means you don't have to reapply. You don't have to worry about taking this with you, even trial size. Scent is more likely to stay there because that means there's less oils in it, it's less greasy, and it's going to stick to your skin as well as the scent. On the opposite side of the spectrum, if you insist, absolutely positively insist on using a moisturizer, a lotion, even a body cream, meaning it's greasy, a baby oil gel like this, you absolutely insist. Oh, I don't want to apply anything that feel like it's dry as the desert. Okay, cool. I'm not mad at you because just a couple days ago I insisted on it. The more greasier body lotions, you want to apply them on the lighter side of things. You finna pop the top. Not a convertible, okay? About that much. You want to apply the greasier type of body lotions in a thinner capacity, almost a dime size to a nickel, N-I-C-K-E-L size amount. And do that in your target areas first. What are your target areas? Where you want other people to smell you the most. Those are your target areas. Apply a very thin layer of the greasier type of body lotions and moisturizers in a very thin layer in your target areas. Then, once you're done, you can do the rest of your body, but continue to apply it in a thinner layer. Continue to apply it in a thinner capacity. What that does is you may still sweat out the scent, but you won't feel as greasy. You won't be walking around here sweaty, funky, and looking like a slippery seal out the ocean. I'm just really hoping y'all don't want that. If possible, please make sure to use clinical deodorant. I have just switched back to Dove. If not a clinical deodorant, let's say that's not possible for you. Let's say you are allergic or your body chemistry just doesn't allow for it. It's like, no ma'am, we're not going to do that. I don't like clinical deodorant. It's just not working out. I have recently been in Walgreens and they're making pH balanced deodorant. I've not tried those. I'd like to recommend it because it seems like it's in the same arena as the clinical deodorant. But if possible, clinical deodorant or either a extra strength that will really combat against the sweating. Because I have been there before. The last thing you want is to lift your arm in a nice t-shirt. That's why I used to avoid wearing them as much as possible. The sweat stains in the shirt. It's your deodorant. And then you also have to make sure that, you know, your arms, use underarm hair remover like Veet, Nair, or either shave and take your time. Don't be in a rush. That's something you should not be doing in a rush. It's shaving underneath your arms and your other sensitive areas. Take your time. I don't care who rushing you. I don't care who talk trash. Look, I'd rather you have a smooth, cut-free underarm than falling prey to peer pressure. Go on about your business. This goes for 2 sets of clothing. Always make sure, as much as possible, you wear 100% cotton underwear, 100% cotton clothing. In the summer, there's lots of bathing suits, swimsuits. So what you want to do is, with those, if you cannot find any that aren't 100% cotton, at least try to find one with the highest percentage of cotton within the other fabrics that are interwoven together to create the whole piece. Either 100% cotton or the highest percentage out of everything else. The thing about cotton is wearing that in the summer, as much as you possibly can, it's going to help absorb the sweat and keep you cool. The reason why our bodies sweat is to cool our body down. If you were to think about if your body were to never sweat, that'd be a serious problem, because there would be no way, there's no functionality for your whole body to cool down in the heat. That's why it happens. May not like it, but it's necessary. That's how our bodies were made. Let's talk about underneath the breast sweat. What I like to do, sports bra, depending on what you're wearing. And make sure that it's not just any sports bra. Make sure it's one that has sweat wicking material to wick away the sweat, keep it away. That way you're only dealing with it on every single area outside of where you're wearing your sports bra. If they have sports bras that look more like the traditional bras with the moisture wicking, sweat wicking material, where it's just not, it doesn't look like you're trying to go to the gym, get those that look that way, like the traditional bra. I definitely recommend the sports bras. I used to think that, okay, sports bras, this is only for working out, but it really helps to wick away the sweat. You also want to have some wipes, which we'll get into later, to even wipe in there. So it's not completely foolproof, not completely sweat proof, but just wearing a sports bra that is moisture resistant, it wicks away the sweat as much as possible. You'd rather have it on the inside of your bra than be sweating through it and it just does you no good. That speaks to the quality of the material in the first place. Before, and I'm gonna keep sharing it, because this has been something I've kept to myself, and I'm like, you know what? Why? Let me share the wealth. No matter how silly you may think it is, no matter how much you think it's not necessary, you're going to have a moment. If you're sweaty to the point that you're sweating through your undergarments, they are 100% cotton. And then you're sweating through your clothes, especially in the crotch area. It may sound silly now, it may sound laughable now, but it'll save you in the long run. You know how we wear these during your menstrual cycle, ladies? I discovered this and I had to think fast. And I said, what can I do? And I had to think fast. You should keep these handy, even if you're not on your menstrual cycle. Put one on the inside to wick away the sweat there from your lady parts. And then put this one on the outside of your undergarments as if you put it on the inside. So that way you have two. One on the inside and then one on the outside. What that's going to do for you, if you're to the point that you don't have a change of clothes, you can't just run to the house, or maybe you on vacation and you just cannot get back to your hotel place where you're staying. What that's going to do, putting one of these pads on the outside as well as the inside. The outside These are already designed to wick away moisture, including when we're on your menstrual cycle. So what better way to use these to wick away the sweat, to the point that if you're sweating all the way through your undergarments and pants, especially in your seating area, because by the time you get home, you're not having to worry about, oh goodness, that's embarrassing. What it does, it makes you completely comfortable when you put one on the inside as well as the outside, and it's going to help wick away that sweat in whatever pants you're wearing. I suggest to only do this method with pants, just because when you wear pants, it's much more secure and it'll keep everything in place. You do this with a dress, and then the one on the outside falls off, then you're gonna be embarrassed. You don't want that. That's why I say pants only. I noticed I mentioned previously about when you don't have a change of clothes. When all else fails, bring a change of clothes, including a change of undergarments. Just bring a change of nice, clean clothes. Vacation, that's inevitable. But if it's not vacation and you just out and about amongst your regular, your local area, and it's a special event, bring the change of clothes anyway. It seems like a hassle, but when you get in the gym and it's like, oh well, they have to see my change of clothes. What happened? Oh, I just had an emergency, and you ain't got to explain nothing else, because number one, it ain't their business. Okay. Number two, you have to do what you have to do to maintain smelling as fresh as possible and being as fresh as possible. Bring the change of clothes when all else fails. I've never once regretted bringing a change of clothes. Always bring a Freshen Up Kit. You can have this as discreet as possible with nice flowery print packaging, satin, glitter, rhinestones. Dress it up however you like, ladies. In here, you should have, of course, about 5 pads between medium to super exorbitancy, because you're going to have to use those even outside of your menstrual cycle. You should carry a couple of tampons of different absorbencies, medium to super absorbency. You should also carry about 4 to 5 panty liners, scented or unscented if you can't stand it or have allergies. You should also include, if it fits, they don't fit for me, also include, regardless, feminine wipes. That's a staple. It is a must. It is a requirement. Definitely going to help you when you get into a jam. And then lastly, you should include feminine deodorant suppositories. I use the Norfarms in Island Escape. So what that does, that helps you internally smell good when you get to the point that you have to refresh and go freshen up as far as your lady parts are concerned. If your bag is big enough, as you can see mine isn't, and I need to upgrade, pack all those items into a really nice, neat looking, discreet looking, more importantly, bag that you can slide into your purse. Carry it wherever you go. No exceptions, no excuses. Whether you need it or not, or whether someone asks you for an item that you know is in there or not, it comes in handy. And then including a feminine deodorant spray. That's the very last item you need to put in that Freshen Up. Sandals. This is becoming dual and triple purpose. Underneath the boob sweat, lady parts, and if you're wearing sandals, that too. I'm gonna tell you how. You wearing sandals in the especially leather-like or faux leather, it's not actual leather, type of sandals, and your feet is out, because all types of pedicures in sandals. It's too hot to wear anything else unless you like corn chip smells. I mean, yeah. Okay, let's move on, shall we? You can also use these wipes to freshen up your feet. If you're wearing sandals, your feet are going to get sweaty. If your feet are even prone to getting sweaty at all in any way, shape, or form, make sure they're dermatologist tested, so forth, for sensitive skin specifically, even if it's not sensitive, because you never know what's going to happen. And wipe between the toes, underneath the feet, top of the feet, and then wipe down the sandals too. Now, if you're scared of using wipes and, my feet going to be ashy, well, that's what the dry-based body cream is for. See how I tied that together? Next tip. To make your hair smell good. I touched on this in greater detail. You can see that here. on how to make your hair smell good, but I'm going to share it here very briefly. You want to make sure your hair is smelling good for the summer too, whether you plan to dive in the pool or you plan to not dive in the pool. Still, you should strive for that best you can. Wash your hair or co-wash. That is your first step, your foundation right there. Foundation for everything else. Whatever you like, make sure it smells good or at least it provides some type of benefit. Then number 2, you want a hair moisturizer. I'm using this for example, pink hair moisturizer. Hair moisturizer that smells good, a hair oil, a hair gel, so forth that smells good. A edge control, you can use that. Something that smells good following up after the shampoo, co-wash, or conditioner. A hair moisturizer, edge control. And then you can go in with a hair perfume. Or you could use a alcohol-based fragrance mist for your body, but into your hair. I've done it so many times. When it comes to fragrances, Bodycology, they an OG. Calgon, they're an OG. In fact, anything with fragrance and alcohol within the first 3 to 5 ingredients on the bottle, pay attention to your bottles when you purchase because it makes a difference. You're going to have more of that fragrance and it's prone to lasting longer than now these modern-esque type of fragrance mist. Kind of talked about that right here. Yeah. As hot as it is out there, you can smell great, but if you're not doing nothing for your breath though, can't have hot breath and hot weather. Hot breath and hot weather don't go together. Bars. I'll share what I like to do. Then you adjust it as to what will work best for y'all. Gargle with mouthwash before I even brush. Then brush. Then gargle after. First of all, you're rinsing out particles. You're gargling to rinse out particles before you brush. Then you're brushing to get the particles again. Then you're rinsing out to catch any particles that the brushing did not catch. Yeah. A little excessive, but you know, if it means that you don't have no hot breath on a hot summer day, because you know, that added heat is just, you don't want to add a flamethrower to a heat wave. They go hand in hand and not in a good way. Yeah, they don't. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are the top tips to smell good all summer 2022. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you all next. Love ya.